you and everybody else out there.
This is Business Express 981, and that's the hashtag you should use to send your messages on Twitter at Smooth981FM. And of course, we're streaming live on YouTube.
All right, thank you, sir. Look, Lagos. Unfortunately, we're standing on a sad note this morning.
Yeah.
I just tweeted this a few minutes ago. Afri Invest was supposed to be with us today. They're with us every Wednesday, but I think they've scaled back on their media appearances because they're dealing with a loss to their investment banking team. A young man by the name of Oluwasegun Afolabi is a member of the investment banking team, just 26 years old. Apparently lost his life yesterday in what looks like an armed robbery. Still trying to get details from them, but what I found out. So I can totally understand they're not appearing today and having to deal with it. So condolences to the Afro Invest team, to this
and to
young
the
man's
family.
family. Yeah, it's look. Wanted to talk about safety issues. There was a memo that I saw on WhatsApp that was, I can't mention the company, but it's one of the publicly listed companies.
Yeah.
They released an internal memo to their staff saying that, look, this festive period, you have to move in groups. Try not to leave the office too late, because they said they've gotten information from security services saying that, of course, armed robberies are going to rise this period. Everybody should work. And the thing is, look, this is a company that got information, and somebody now of course leaked it on WhatsApp. Well, these things, maybe this memo was from 3 years ago, maybe it was from last year, so I don't want to mention the company. I don't want to go, but still, state services, police and everything should be putting out these kind of notices to the entire public saying, look, watch out and be safe,
Even take advantage of the media to circulate this information, because
right, exactly.
We're always ready to collaborate with security agencies to get this information out. If they can get those memos to us, talking about security services, it would help.
Yeah, it would,
because the more people know about this, the better.
Yeah,
and make their work easier.
It does. And so we from there, I want to talk insurance and also state services, from police to the fire service. This massive, I mean, I've tweeted the video, it's on the Smooth FM handle. This fire that engulfed Balogun markets yesterday, a lot of people were talking about insurance, and the need, because I don't know how many of these retailers that are in Balogun market will have protected their assets against loss. Now, a lot of people say, okay, well, look, Rotus, there's so many of them. Many of these folks that are in the Balogun market are part of the informal sector. Probably may not be paying taxes. Some may or may not. The approach that Ikeja Electric took with Magodo residents, and I think they're doing it in GRA now, where they said, okay, look, you guys all come together as a unit and we'll provide power to you, right? You may be paying at a higher rate than everybody else, but at least, as a group, you are going to be getting at least longer power, much longer power supply. So with insurance penetration in Nigeria is estimated at between 1 and 2%. It's abysmally low, right? The thing is, and this is what was being discussed yesterday, so let me bring it on air. Why not insurance firms, because we've got a number of insurance firms, come and say, okay, you approach a Balogun market and say, okay, I don't know if you can insure the entire market because it's so big, but at least get the retailers in groups. You know what I'm saying? So
it could be in groups of
50
depending
or
on what
20.
it is that it sells.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably groups of textile fabric sellers,
right? And
groups
so
of plastic sellers.
You group them like that. But then, of course, how much do they make individually? I don't know how. You have to break down the numbers, and there's some work that will be involved, because I don't know. I mean, this fire looks it's huge, right?
Huge. And it's sad.
It's sad. I mean, so that's the insurance aspect. I mean, as far as trying to increase that. Okay, NICOM, the regulator, they announced, I think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, that some mergers are already taking place. I think they said about 3 of them are taking place, because they raised the capital requirements for insurance firms depending on what they offer, life and all these other things. So they are trying to consolidate and bring about a lot of mergers in the insurance sector, so that there will be bigger companies able to underwrite a number of these things. So mergers are taking place, but the whole drive is that, look, more people need to be insured. So when you look at what this look with you've got these fires that break out. There was the one at Onitsha, right? The tanker, that wasn't a tanker explosion.
It was.
We've got the various tankers. So there's so many accidents we've got so many accidents taking place that we should have a higher insurance penetration rate than we do now. You know what I'm saying?
In the past week or two,
Yeah.
we've had at least 4 fire incidents across Nigeria.
Right, exactly.
Recorded fire incidents.
Yes, thank you for saying recorded, because what about the ones that we don't hear
can't
about?
account for.
You know,
Especially now that the weather is changing, it's becoming more sunny. Hamilton was late in coming this year,
Yeah,
but it's going to be very scary because people are not prepared, like you said.
Right. Okay. Prince is saying it's not possible to insure properties in groups. Fire insurance covers individual preferences. Okay, so Prince, that's the issue though. That you have to approach it as a okay, I get what he's saying. You have to approach it as a unit now, because how many of if you're an insurance company and you go into Balogo market, I don't know what the numbers are. How many retailers are in Balogo market? There got to be hundreds of them there.
Exactly, but at least identify the ones that have fixed assets.
Yes.
In their shops.
Yeah.
So you know those things are insured, and you know you can value them.
Yeah, it has to be.
You know that Rotus, ordinarily, us as individuals, if you want to go do insurance or insure some of our properties, our personal assets, they'll tell you they can't insure maybe just your phone or just your laptop.
Right,
you have to insure
a number of other things. Exactly.
So which is where we're coming from.
Right.
Design a model that will work
for them as a group. Yeah, you know, it has to be. Prince also says we have a culture of I'm covered by the blood of Jesus, and unfortunately that's another issue. But look, let's why do I have other messages?
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Chika says, I agree with Rotus. For insurance to work for our local markets, they need to do it for groups of traders selling the same product. Otherwise, the cost will be too much per trader.
Right.
The insurance may not cover everything for a start, but it will be a huge relief for the traders in the event of fire. Modupe, thank you very much for your message. Modupe says, you're deleted.
Modupe is very active on Twitter.
I know. Sean says, how's the government trying to reduce insecurity? For example, they have a charge on POS transactions, thereby discouraging the public from using those channels and invariably forcing us to carry cash. I guess this is a different conversation.
Well, no, actually, no, he's right. So because if the POS charges, people have said they'll start carrying cash,
especially for the season.
That raises
it's
risk.
A security concern.
Yeah, it's a risk.
Yes, Sean, you're right.
He's actually right. Yeah. Because people are carrying
season.
cash now. Okay.
Wonderful.
Now look,
Josh.
What's Josh saying?
He said, I feel sorry for the traders and the losses suffered, but can we remember the previous governor had a plan to move that market? Then it was the issue of buildings falling.
Right,
now,
I even forgot
now
about
it's
that.
Fire. Exactly.
Yeah, the buildings falling.
Those markets are way too tight and too choked up and poorly managed. That place is no longer conducive.
Exactly. So now the fires just spreads quickly and destroys so many things at once.
Oluzio says going to the market protects the life and business. That's where the work is. Insurance companies can help organize these markets for greater effectiveness and efficiency, and that's where planning comes into
exactly.
The Chica says also it can come in savings package. Maybe it'll be the next disruption for fintech.
Right, insure tech is what they call it. Thank you for that, Chica. Yeah.
Yinka says insurance in Nigeria can only be effective if it's got the law backing it, just like pension. But we are our own problem. Take the third-party insurance, for instance. Most drivers in general only take third-party insurance because of police.
Right.
How many Nigerians actually go make claims on the third-party insurance?
So speaking of it, on the marketplace, the Modupe sent me, we made it a topic on Monday. Modupe, and it's funny, interesting that Modupe sent a message asking me, okay, Rotus, why not mandate it? So that's what Yinka is saying now. Yes. So make it a law. If you're going to be, but then the issue was how many of them can afford it, and so there's that. So we debated that on Monday, whether or not we should make it law and mandate it as you do with vehicle insurance.
And to be honest, most drivers do it because you want to have your papers.
Exactly, you don't want to have any problems with police.
Tulu from Lekki says the insurance they should have done is combined fire and burglary insurance. It's not expensive and advisable to go through a broker. I'm an underwriter. Thank you very much for selling yourself. Maiwa says they can insure their buildings.
That's another one. But how many of them even use buildings? Most of those they're stalls.
Shacks.
Shacks. You know, they're shacks.
Adeyinka from the airport. Thank you very much. He said, I don't think market insurance is a novel idea. Can we have an insurance company on the show to explain what they've done in that space and the bottlenecks that they faced? Modupe is back. He says, well, sincere condolences about Shegun Afolabi. Just such a sad situation about insurance. Have you been in these clothing stores in Balogun? Those stores have goods worth millions of naira.
Wow.
You need to discuss this with an actual insurance person. The premiums are not as expensive as you think, and some of those poor retailers, or should I say wholesalers, earn a lot more than you and I.
Actually, that's a good. Yeah, some of them they're doing pretty well. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
In
doing
a
pretty
very
well.
small space. And this one is from Emma. Emma, please, thank you very much for your message. It said, good morning, Business Express. On the Balogun Market fire, was there no Lagos State Fire Service to quench the fire? As at 8 p.m. yesterday, the fire was still raging. It's a pity how it responds to emergency.
Now let's touch on. We were talking about this before we got on it. It's actually, isn't it federal? I thought it was the fire service is it's a federal thing. I didn't think it was broken down by states. I think it's federal, not Lagos. I think it's federal. And so and look, with the imagery, Valentine and I were talking about this. There's everybody. I think you've seen it. There's a single fireman. Somebody recorded him. Valentine, what was he doing? He's taking buckets of water.
Yes,
and
so
throwing it.
He started fetching water with a 4-liter rubber can.
Right.
4-liter paint bucket.
Right.
You know, fetch water from a tank that appeared to be inside the area covered by the fire that's been engulfed by the fire.
And
he's walking on the fence.
Right.
And
throwing the
back
bucket
and forth,
and it
to
just
pour water.
It almost
water,
looks like
what is water? H2O.
Exactly. Yeah.
2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. So it's fueling more fire. We know that.
And there's no way. If you look at the scale, I mean, the fire. If you look at the video shows the fire spanning across the entire building, and he's just one singular. It's almost a hopeless exercise.
And at some point, you see that he pours the fire, and then you can see that he's rubbing his arms from the effect of the heat.
And he's not. Look at what he's wearing. I mean, you guys can see this video.
It's the uniform now, short sleeve. It's no covering. Guess what he's wearing on his legs? The boots, rain boots that's made of rubber that will easily melt. And combust.
So that brings us to states. So again, I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the fire service is a federal one. I don't think it's broken down by state. You guys can correct me, but I think it's federal. Just like police and everything else. The thing here,
but Lagos State has a Lagos State Fire Service.
Okay, so they do have a Lagos State Fire Service. Okay, fine. Now, so where I don't want to start criticizing government.
You made a statement that pretty
yeah.
much describes this metaphorically relating to Nigeria's situation.
Right. In fact, it wasn't even from me. Somebody put it on Twitter that the metaphor was Nigerians doing the best they can to strive in an area where there's just no tools or facilities that can. We should have a massive fire truck that could have been there, in minutes to put out this thing. And it's just, I mean, this image is just so, it speaks volumes.
Of Nigeria.
It does, yeah, just one video.
I'm just looking at this guy going back and forth with prison.
And he's not making a single difference. I mean, he doesn't have the scale to put out that fire with a small bucket.
He's going with the best intentions, right?
Yes.
But guess what he's doing is even making the fire worse. And he's burning up from the effect of that.
They will now tell you that there's no funding for it. Okay, actually, so let's see now. We have Labs from Ikeja saying that was not a fireman; it was an individual doing his thing. That is not the uniform of the Lagos State Fire Service. So
actually, it looks like a LASMA officer.
Yeah, I can't even really tell. Well, thank you for that correction. If that was an individual, so now, which goes back to the previous message about the Lagos State Fire Service not getting there until much later. A lot of these services who say they can't reach these places. Same thing with ambulances. Why? Traffic, the roads,
no water.
So it just shows you how we are one disaster away from exposing the failures and the inefficiencies of these state services.
I think it's already been exposed.
I tell you,
I fear that I might get to a point where we are losing more.
Of course,
from all these things lacking. If I sent a message, if I call yourself from Ibai, it says let the insurance that is enforced when
one owns a car be extended to market owners. I get what he's saying.
And then he's asking what the difference between third party and comprehensive insurance.
I think third party only deals with when you cause an accident for somebody else, so it will cover that person. But again, comprehensive, it covers you and then covers anybody else that is involved in an accident that you cause. I believe that's the difference.
Isaac gave us an insight to how they've tried. He said, I work with an insurance company. The insurance have sold the idea of insurance to these market shop owners, but they never subscribe to it. In fact, the idea of group insurance is not feasible, as insurance covers individual insurable interests. My take is that these shop owners do not believe in insurance.
Well, so that's another. But then you see, we shouldn't just. Thank you for that message, Isaac. It's always good to get people on the inside talking about how the challenges they face. You have to make people, and this is part of the job. You have to go there and. Is sales and marketing. You have to convince these people. This is unfortunately, this unfortunate incident is a perfect opportunity to go and tell them, look, if you don't want this to happen again,
please do this.
Sign up for
yourself for the future.
And your assets. So it's work. Oh, wow.
B says it's possible to insure your stock against fire and burglary in the market. I'm currently covered by one. In
Okay.
fact, I had to quickly check the validity of mine when the news of the fire broke. All traders should have this. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Tola said, I don't think he was a firefighter. I think he was just a security guard in the
Thank
area.
you. No, people are saying that now as
right.
well. Yeah. Ah,
Which is
boy.
even
Okay.
worse.
So
Jay says, good morning, guys. Lagos has a fire service of its own. It's located in Alausa besides Lagos Digital Village behind Ikeja City Mall. And it's opposite the RRS petrol station, very close to Wema Bank.
Thank you. Every state is meant to have two. So
Yep.
I think, again, if you look at the size of Lagos State, is that enough?
Capacity.
You know, so, oh boy. Man.
And Frank from Satellite says, good morning, guys. Rotus, I saw the firefighters with a crane.
Okay, so they arrived later on.
Tolu says, I think the main issue was the truck from a bank, 3 banks actually, couldn't reach the back of the building because it was too congested. The walkway at the back was with wooden stores.
How many problems have we touched on today? Thank you for that message. So that's the infrastructure part, the way the buildings either are planned and built, the services can't get there, the roads, the traffic.
You know what?
It's like the perfect storm. It's so much, man.
Planning, because when you get into that market, come on, you can't even take a bike through it.
Yeah, it's tough. So when there's an emergency, services can't get there.
Emergency exits, fire escape, things like that. Since far gone. Ibrahim says the ones that have goods financed by banks usually have fire.
Yeah, okay, so like a package.
Yes,
okay.
Comes with a.
Fred says the market is also a risk. Safety is zero. Through the way it's actually put together.
Modupe says the insurance companies need to do a lot more to resolve the trust issues Nigerians have. They need to resolve the fears around claims, perhaps share stories of successful claims.
Yeah, that's another thing. Now
we're out of time.
Out of time, and look, everyone, thank you for your messages. We'll have to see what Lagos State made an announcement about this thing yet. Anyway, we'll have to see what the fallout is and how things proceed forward. But kudos to that individual guy. So I guess he wasn't a firefighter. Thank you for the insight, everybody on the insurance sector. Everybody else has sent in messages. We will continue tomorrow. And once again, condolences to the Afri Invest family on their loss. Thank you all for tuning in.
Stay tuned to Smooth Breakfast.
Well done, robust. Thank you, sir.